And so I am a fan who became popular, whatever. But I'm mainly a fan. And so many years ago, I was at a festival, just like this one, in Europe. And when it was me and my band, no one cared. And so we would be on in the morning, when it's just kids face down in a field, still tripping on the drugs they were taking the night before, when that field was a rave. We would be on at like 10 in the morning playing in front of seagulls and security. And no one would see us. And by 11 a.m. we are done for the day, but we're hemmed in by everyone else's tour buses. So you're there for the next 12 hours, hearing like, hey, we're any band from England. You hear the hugest applause when we had like 5 stoners in the back like, get off soon. Great. And so it was like my deja vu moment where I'd be standing with a really bad cup of coffee, watching a field full of people applauding for some band, and me for 9 hours, I have to endure that. And one of those days, I'm standing in a field with a cup of coffee like, this is my lot in life. I am old in the world of independent music. I have never felt older than I feel right now. No one gives a damn about me and my crummy band. Suck it up and deal with it. So I'm drinking the cold, awful coffee, and a man walks by me, and my DNA and bone marrow recognized him before my brain did. David Bowie is walking by me. I don't know about you, but I'm a quadruple XL David Bowie fan. I think he got it right about 99% of the time. And so I'm not the kind of person who runs across any space and says, hi, insert name here. It's a big deal that you're meeting me. I am not that person. I admire lots of bands. I've learned to leave artists alone. You don't know if it's going to be a bad day. If they say, hey kid, get away from me, that'll ruin my rock and roll fantasy. And so I'm not going to talk to David Bowie. I'm just happy I'm within 20 feet of him. And hair, fantastic. Clothes, amazing. Just fantastic. So I'm standing deadly silent because I don't want to scare him away like a rare bird. And I'm thinking to myself, David Bowie is walking by me. This is probably as good as it's ever going to get for me. 30 years from now, I can stand in front of a bunch of freezing Australians and say that David Bowie walked by. And all 200 of them can say, your story sucked. And so David Bowie is basically right in front of me, walking that way, and he stops, and he looks right at me, and he points at me, and he says, Rollins. I go running at David Bowie with my right hand advancing like some kind of lance, not knowing what I'm going to say. Because what if I said, Bowie, that makes him like Theoclitus to my Plato, like high-fiving down the halls of academia. It is so not that. So I think I went up to him and went, because I was just all gooey inside, because it's the thing I do, and he's standing in front of me. And I went, and I think I must have said, it was an honor to meet you, Mr. Bowie. And he kind of dismissed my blabber. And he said, Henry, like kind of bringing me to attention. He said, Henry, you said something in an interview a month ago that I found very interesting. And he proceeded to quote me from some interview for like 3 paragraphs. And I'm watching his mouth move with me coming out of it. I'm thinking, sure sounds better when you say it. Because when I said it, it sounded like a load. And I went, you read an interview of mine? And he almost dismissed me. He said, I read all your interviews. You're a very interesting person. Now, last year in a magazine in Germany, you said this. And he quotes me again. And I'm looking for the highway. Like, I need a truck. Just take me out, because it's never going to get any better for me. David Bowie read at least 2 interviews of mine. He knew enough to quote it back to me. I'm good. We're done. Go meet the car, be a dead kangaroo on the side of the road, be done. So I kind of went, and he said, have you had lunch? And I went, He said, let's go have lunch. And I checked my day planner, open. And so he was walking to the catering tent, which is this massive tent feeding like 500 hardworking people. And we walk in, and David Bowie stands in the threshold of the tent, like eclipsed in sun, perfectly backlit. And everyone stops, like stop eating the dead deer, and look, behold, Bowie. And everyone kind of was like, look. And he's stopped traffic many times in the life. He's used to it. So he says, please everyone, carry on and have a wonderful afternoon. And everyone applauded. It's like the best Bowie B-side. Everyone's like, that was masterful. That was at least as good as anything on Scary Monsters. That was fantastic. And we select some food items and we sit down. And the conversation, he just told me things. He goes to record stores, he goes to bookstores, he DJs, he goes to clubs, he goes to museums, he goes to galleries. He asked me, when's your next book coming out? I said, you know I write books? He said, yeah, I've read a few of them. You're very prolific, I can't keep up. But what I've read I really liked. I said, you need to shut up. Because I'm never going to get my head into any containable space ever again. And so we're talking about his friend, Lou Reed, his friend, Iggy Pop. I mean, these are just his friends, and I'm just like, I never want this to end as my food congeals, because I can't eat it. I just want to listen to him talk. Someone tells my bandmates, like, who I'm eating lunch with, they come running into the tent with these fake smiles on their faces, pretending they like me. And they gather around the table. Henry, introduce us to your friend. And I said, David, please meet Dopey, Sleepy, Smelly, and to each one of them, how do you do? I'm David. They all like fell over. I feel like this consummate gentleman. And they all sat down, and none of us ate. We all just like looked at him while he ate. And like we unnerved him. We were just so weird. We're all grown up men going, you sure do eat good. I mean, we were just unbelievably weird. And finally he went, I'm done. And I'm gonna leave the table, walking away. You can do anything you want, Mr. Bowie. You're so dreamy. Unbelievably stupid. And then, like 8 hours later, the guy plays, and we were allowed to watch from the side of the stage. And he did all the great moves, like look back and anger. He did the whole thing, like. And my band members are nothing like me. I'm like fanboy. I want to, see the band and buy the limited edition single and buy 2 of them. And I'm that guy. My bandmates they're New Yorkers. They see famous people all the time. But they got on that bus and they said, okay, I don't want to admit it, but that was really cool. I said, I got you. Finally, you can admit that you're a fan. And I think that if you or me, if we ever lose our enthusiasm for what someone else is doing, if we ever lose our enthusiasm for what things can be, and how a country can go forward, or how a group of people can go forward, we're dead while we're just standing here right now. And so, in basic closing, as we go forward, there's a lot of distance geographically between Australia and my country. But in a lot of ways, there's a lot of things that sews us together. You like music, we like music. There's a lot of idiots. You got a few people who aren't so cool. But in both countries, the good far outweighs the bad. And if we capitalize that and go forward. See, I am impatient, and I want everything happening at double speed. I want everything to be faster, and I want the payoffs to be better. And so I'm 57, I've got, 10 more operational years, and then it's like diapers and an IV, and then I'll be, not good for anything. I want to see everything change in those 10 years. And so I'm impatient, and I basically want what they call the Hollywood ending. And I really think we are at the beginning of something that's going to be really intense, but really full of possibility and potential. In America, as you know, every single person has a gun. There's more guns in America than Americans. I don't own a gun, but I'm sure my neighbors are up to here with them. Look what happened when someone went in and slaughtered a bunch of wonderful high school kids in my country in Florida. Thousands of kids all over America hit the streets and looked at Donald Trump and said, you coward, we want to go to school and not die. Can you make something happen? And of course that president did nothing because he sucks up to the NRA. All of those people, if they're 18 this year, are they going to vote? Are you kidding? Of course they're going to vote. How do you think they're going to vote? Like their father voted? Probably not. Like their grandfather and his grandfather voted? Definitely not. So like I said an hour ago, change isn't coming. Change is here. In my country, November, I hope to see something. in your country, whenever the next thing turns around, I hope to see all of you leading it. Because without you, it's always just the same. And if it's going to be the same, it's not going to be any good. So, thanks for enduring me. Enjoy Splendour Festival.